Welcome to a very special segment today. Today, we are at Fort Myers Beach Fire District, and we're meeting with Fire Chief Scott Wurst, and we're going to honor the fire department for everything that they did before and after Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian was one of the deadliest and most destructive Category 5 hurricanes to hit our area. It was the third costliest hurricane on record and the deadliest since 1935. We're standing in front of Station 31. Scott, tell us about the fire station and what's happening with the building.
Sounds good. So first off, thanks for highlighting us and taking the time. During the hurricane, when we have larger storms, we leave the island. So we were not here at the time. We closed up all of our fire stations and we had to move inland, the same way we recommend the civilians do.
Right.
What we found out while we were in shelter, we started seeing video of buildings floating down Estero Boulevard. And that was kind of our first look at the kind of devastation that we knew we were going to come back to. So when we came back, this building was half collapsed.
Wow.
And it blew through the door here. We had a fire truck and an ambulance inside the building, and those were all moved around like they had been in a washing machine, and they destroyed the walls inside.
So now we're gonna head off and we're gonna talk to Chris about the response for the firefighters during and after the storm and how they collaborated with the other agencies. Thank you so much for your time, Scott.
Thanks
Really
again for
appreciate it. We're at the side of Station 31 and you can see the devastation of this building. Chris, who is in charge of the operations, can you tell us about the response of the firefighters during and after the storm?
Yes, ma'am. So sure. So during the storm, we had staged off the island and then came in early in the morning after the storm. Once we were cleared, when we came in, we started working our way from the outside boundary of our district to the island. So that took several hours for us to get in. Once we got in, we worked behind Florida USAR Task Force 2. So that's a larger group of specialty and technical rescue that came in ahead of us. They were able to bulldoze in because we had to get through the sand. So once we made access, we integrated with that team, and that wound up proving to be exceptionally efficient and a benefit to the people of the island, citizens of the island, our primary customer, because you have to remember when we first came over the bridge and we first made it to the island, that's our response phase. So there's a tremendous amount of work that has to be done in a short amount of time.
And how did you collaborate with the other agencies after the storm?
Yeah, so at the task level, boots on the ground, we integrated with those first responding teams, but then we sort of broke out. We divided ourselves, if you can imagine. There's tiers. So our administrative and command staff integrated with other command staffs from incident management and support teams that came from all over the country.
Well, great, Chris. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. We're going to go take a tour with Jennifer and check out what's happening with the beach rebuild.
Yeah, terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So approximately 5,600 people live on Fort Myers Beach year-round, and it swells to about 30,000 visitors during season. 90% of the structures in Fort Myers Beach are residential, with 10% being commercial and retail. 97% of those structures were either damaged or destroyed during Ian. And so we're dealing with such a rebuild that is just something that we've never seen before in Fort Myers Beach history. Tell us a little bit about what are some of the initiatives and the fire district's role in that?
So our role in the rebuild side of it is more commercial based. Of course, we have a little bit when it comes to street access on your single family residences, but commercial rebuilds, there are a lot of different things coming into the district that we may or may not have been looking at, but now we have these vacant lots, these large vacant parcels that are going to be rebuilt to a bigger structure.
So there's a vision that's happening with the beach, and the focus of the rebuild has really changed kind of how everybody's operating now at the beach.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have all these vacant pieces of land that weren't here before, so we know the rebuild is going to bring in a lot of new opportunities.
And a lot of people.
A lot of people, that is for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're going to head down now to the newly installed clock tower, which is what makes Fort Myers Beach a tradition. And we are here to present to the brave men and women of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District our gratitude for all they've done through the storm, through the rebuilding of our beloved beach. And now we're going to reveal those beautiful prints that they can have at one of their firehouses as a reminder of what our beach is.